Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome back to another video. This is a different style of video. It's a different format, a different environment, different everything actually. And apologies to my mother first and foremost for wearing a hat inside. I know it's ridiculous, but I've got it on and I actually quite like this. This is a new hat. It makes me look like a runner. And in fact, when you combine this hat with these shoes, you know, if you're not running a sub 3-hour marathon, I mean, what are you doing? No, that's a complete lie. And I don't even know if these shoes are real, to be honest. Today I'm here to discuss and I always forget the name of these, Nike Alphafly Next 2. Do we call them Next percent 2%? I don't even know. Look, I was a rookie when I bought them and I'm still a rookie. But I'm here to discuss a big mistake that I made very early on. And it was a rectifiable mistake, would you believe? But I didn't know that at the time, and having just shelled out $350 on these shoes at the time, I was absolutely gutted. I couldn't believe it. And it was my own fault. But I would never have read any reviews and I would never have asked this question. It was just through sheer laziness and the fact that these things are fucking hard to get on, although I've gotten a lot better at getting them on, and I've certainly got a lot better at getting them off. Now, the thing I'm going to discuss today is the big mistake I made with my Nikes, my $350 Nikes, early on when I didn't know what I was doing. And in the hope of sharing that experience, that mistake, and hopefully no one else is going to make the same thing. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm getting into some running. I'm using these shoes more often than I ever have before, and I like them. I do. I like the way they feel, and I'm glad that I'm getting some good use out of them. But there was a moment in time where I thought it was all over. I thought, I'm not going to be able to use these again. I've done it. I've done it now. What an idiot. And what happened was I put them on, I went out for a run, and I came home, and I did what I always do. I tried to take them off without my hands. And I took one off. I think I may have taken one off actually, or maybe this was the first shoe I tried to take off. But basically what happened is, I didn't realize that this whole entire sole, and especially, I mean, this little point here, it's foam. I mean, I probably thought it was foam, but it didn't register. And just the torque and the angles and the way it's designed, just, I mean, it makes sense after the fact, but at the time, basically, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people out there who have done the same thing, but basically, I tried to use the toe of my other shoe and I put it on the back of the shoe, and normally shoes don't have a fucking big spike at the end of it, right? And actually, come to think of it, even if I couldn't have reattached it, it probably would have been okay, but certainly wouldn't have looked the part. You wouldn't have wanted to take it down to your local park run. In fact, I feel like it's a bit taboo to actually take these things to a local park run. Either way, put my toe on the end, tried to slide it off with my foot, and this entire thing broke off. Boom. First run, first day, first mistake. So I ended up gluing it. I took some photos. I think I may have some photos on my phone, and if I do, I'll chuck them up. Those are the photos that I had to submit to the company that I bought them from, because at that point I thought they were done. I thought there's no way I'm going to repair them. I thought I'm going to do everything I can to sort of say that I didn't try and take them off with my feet. But the more reviews I read, the more warnings I read about doing that exact thing and staying well away from it, I realized that there's probably no chance of me explaining this away. And so in the end, I took the photos, I sent them in, and I was going to have to send these in and I was going to have to wait and everything, but I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go to the hardware store, I'm going to buy a $2 bottle of super glue, and I'm going to cross my fingers, super glue it together, put some fucking duct tape on there just to keep it still, and leave it for a day and see what happens. I didn't expect it to hold, because literally it went right down to there, so probably a couple of mil, well, 3 mils off the bottom, and then on the other side it was the same. So I didn't rip it completely off, but I was pretty damn close. And, you know, absolutely gutted. Either way, I stuck it together. It held. I took them out for a run, and it held together. And now, I mean, I've probably put in overall, I don't know, maybe 150 Ks. Thinking back, 150, yeah, probably about 150 Ks, maybe a little bit more. They are worn slightly, but one thing that hasn't happened is this has not come off, which is really, really relieving. Did I need to spend $350 on, you know, apparently these super shoes? Probably not. But at the time I was earning some decent money, and I thought, you know, I had a bit of an online shopping thing going at the time, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for the absolute very best. And that I did. So please, take this as a warning. Don't make the same mistake. If you try and take these off with your feet, you will rip the bottom of the sole off. And I don't want anyone else doing that, because you're going to have to go through the process of trying to get them replaced. At the end of the day, it looks fine. I mean, anyone looking from a distance would not know that that was the case, but I do. And every now and then I'll feel it I'll feel something, or I feel a funny little noise, you know, hear a noise, or feel something stick underneath my foot while I'm running, and I look back and I think, oh no, this is the moment that it's come off. But no, it hasn't. So some cheap super glue, leave it there for 6, 12, 24 hours, as long as you want. And effectively I have done my own repair, and I saved the day. So that, my friends, would be my advice to you. Take care when putting them on. Utilize this back strap when putting them on, and this front one. That's why they're there. And when you take them off, just get a nice grip of it. Two hands. One I normally sort of put there, and one I put at the back. Try not to put too much force on that back piece of foam, and slide them off. I will say, guys, I don't know if these are fakes or not, because they're fucking light, and this mesh is really, really thin. I don't know if they're fake. I don't know how to I don't know how to I don't know how to check that, and I don't think I want to. So that's where I'll leave it today. A bit of running content, a bit of running gear content. That's about all I've got to offer. I am a rookie, but I'm really enjoying it. At the moment, I'm trying to go for a sub 60 second 400 meter. From there, I'm going to try and go for my first ever sub 6 minute mile. And from there, I probably won't be using these shoes for that, for my next goal, which is going to be a sub 4 hour marathon. And then at the end of the year, all going well, fingers crossed, touch wood, no major injuries, I'm going to try and attempt to complete my first ever 100 kilometer ultra marathon, which I've already bought the ticket for. So I'm in. I haven't started training for it yet, but when and if I do, I will be bringing that content to the channel. So thank you for watching once again. Subscribe for more fitness, lifestyle, mental health based content around proving overall the cliche that I'm saying to myself more and more these days, and with that, now I want to prove it to the world. We can do it together. The age is just a number. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.